Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back. So this is my second attempt at filming this video. It was the first time it went all a bit wrong. I'm using a new system. As you can see, I have currently created Infinity, but that won't last forever. I'll sort it out. This video is going to be me trying to see if I am in fact tone deaf. I've already tried it. Spoiler alert, results are inconclusive. If you don't already know, I am actually deaf. I have a profound hearing loss in both ears, and I have a cochlear implant in my right ear, which allows me to hear some sound, but it's like a completely artificial sound, so I don't hear exactly the same as what other people would hear. So we're gonna find out. Well, I've kind of already done it, so I have a vague clue. Yeah, pitch is quite a hard thing to distinguish for people with cochlear implants, but I've had mine for a year and I've worked really, really hard to get my pitch perception as good as possible. So I feel like, I've got a good chance. Again, I know I've done it before. Thank you. Right, let's go back onto this one. I'm checking my webcam still recording because that was the issue before. Okay, back. I did this one. I'm gonna go wait for this to keep working. My computer's kind of slow. I'm going to do the one that I did first again, and then actually I'll do a different one. I did the tone deaf test one, and I got, I think, 30 out of 36. So if you want to try this one and tell me what you got, I don't want to do the same one that I've done before, and then that might not be very scientific. Let's try this one. I do not accept your cookies. No, thank you. Long. Okay, how do I actually... Okay, right, you have to click on... I'm guessing you have to click on these. Listen to whether the tone is going up or down. Right. Is this loading? Do I have to control and click? Oh, loading. Got something loading. Okay, the music lab. Tone deafness test. I recommend you use headphones. Let me just scan this, see if there's anything important. I'll ask you a question about what you hear. Okay, right, got the general gist. Next. Do you think you are tone deaf? Okay, I'm probably the most delusional person on the planet, but I'm convinced I am not tone deaf, despite being actually deaf. I'm going to go with I'm probably not tone deaf, because, logic would dictate that there is a possibility, bearing in mind I'm deaf. Have you played this game before? No, I haven't done this one. I did a different one. Think about how you feel when you listen to music. In general, how much do you enjoy music? I enjoy music very much. Continue. How good do you think your music listening skills are? Things like remembering melodies, hearing out of tune notes, or hearing a beat that is out of sync with the music. I would put myself at a little bit below average. I'm not terrible. I mean, again, everyone watching this is going to be thinking, oh, this girl is delusional, which is probably true, but I'm going with my honest opinion. First, we'll play you a calibration tone. Listen to the tone and turn up the volume on your device till the calibration tone is loud but comfortable level. Okay, press any key to continue. Okay. Continue. I am a female, in case you were wondering. How old are you? I am 22. Be 23 next month. Exciting. 18th of April, that's my birthday. 22. Where do you live? Choose a country from the drop-down menu. United Kingdom. I always hate, I know this is like a first world problem, but United Kingdom's always at like right at the bottom of lists. You have to like properly scroll down. I know there are bigger issues in the world than being at a country at the bottom of the list. But I think I'll live. What is your native language? It's English. They put that one at the top. That's helpful. Continue. Do you speak any other languages fluently? I'm going to say yeah, I'm pretty fluent in Spanish. After your native language, which language do you speak most fluently? I'm going to put Spanish. Again, right at the bottom of the list, it's going to be Spanish. Continue. Do you have a hearing impairment? Yes. When you're singing, can you tell if you are out of tune or off key? If any of you have watched my deaf karaoke series, you will realise that the answer is probably no. Can you tap in time with a musical beat? Yes, I can. Are you wearing headphones? I don't know how to answer this question. I have things stopped working, so we're going to redo this. Right. Back to the music lab, creating infinity again. Beautiful. Right. Let's get started. I didn't do it, but I noticed my camera stopped working that time. You will hear 3 tones. We'll ask you which one was the quietest. The tones will only be played once. Okay. One. Okay, I didn't hear 3, so I'm going 3 was the quietest. 2. 1. 3. 2. I am in a very quiet place. For this game, you'll be using the D and U keys. Place your hands on the keyboard like this. Okay, yeah, I know how to press the D and U key. Yeah, thanks for telling me how to press the buttons on the keyboard. Okay. In this game, we'll play some sounds. Some sounds go up, sometimes they'll go down. Okay, I guess U is up, D is down. Be helpful if they clarified that. Press any key to listen to it. Press any. Did you hear that one go down? Press any key to continue. Down. Okay, continue. Any key to listen to it. Okay, press any key to continue. Let's try one for practice. This one will go down. You should press the D key to respond. Okay, correct. Okay, oh, it measures your response time. Right. Okay, and then press any key to continue. Up, press the U key. Up. Okay, you have to like press it really quick. Right. Okay. Ooh, you can also use the up and down arrow key features instead of pressing U and D, whatever. Down. Up. Okay. Up. Okay, really fast. Okay. Up. Up. Okay. This is quite stressful. Down. Checking my camera's still working. Okay. Up. Okay. Breathe. Breathe. Right. Up. Okay. Camera still recording. Space. Okay. Test is going to get harder now. The rest of the test, some tones will be the tones will be close. You might not hear them change direction, but they will never stay the same. They will always go up or down. Just make a guess. Right. Down. Okay. Up. Okay. That was good. Down. Okay. Okay. I was a bit confident on that. Right. Up. That was correct. Down. Up. Down. No. Okay. I'm wrong. Down. Down. Okay, I'm feeling very confident. I feel like I'm doing really well on this. I might just be delusional. I have got some wrong, but I feel like I'm doing really well. Down. Up. Oh, that went down. Never mind. Down. No, that went up. Okay, I don't know. Up. Down. No, that went up. Okay. Up. Got that one right. Down. No, that one up. Okay, I'm probably doing about as well as if I were just guessing, which I kind of am, but I feel like I'm doing amazing though. You're nearly done. Press any key to continue. Down. Good job, me. Up. That was impressive. Down. I feel like I'm doing so well on this. I'm like definitely not cheating. It's like plugged into my cochlear implant. Like I'm not feeling vibration. Like I know you're not doing so well. You've got to justify that you're not cheating. But I feel like I do. I'm not cheating. No, that was incorrect. Down. Up. Oh, up. Up. Press the I instead of the U. Down. Definitely down. Okay. Up. Correct. Okay, we have just a few questions for you before we compute your score. Continue. When you were little, how often did your parents sing to you? I remember my mum used to sing Don't Dilly Dally on the Way when we were in the bath. No offense to my mum, I don't think that helped my development of pitch. She is a lovely lady, but she is not the world's most talented singer. Again, I'm not either, so don't judge. I'm going to say once every day or two. On making music, do my noises count as music? If you count like humming Ravenhead to myself, I'm gonna say like 30 minutes of humming power metal to myself. I don't know. Listen to music under watching video. I listen to music like constantly because it helps with my tinnitus. 2 to 4 hours, I would say. Think of your skill at making music using a musical instrument or singing. How would you rate your own skill? This is where I just look delusional because I want to say I have some skill with my beautiful recorder playing and singing. My family, I think, would disagree, and yeah, I haven't taken my recorder to university because I want to have friends, but I think I have some skill, but I'm delusional. Have you ever experienced chills or goosebumps in response to music? Not really sure. Have you ever taken music lessons? Yes. And they gave up on me. I have taken singing lessons. I have taken flute lessons. Flute. Do they not have flute? Ah, yeah, they do have flute. That was it. How old were you when you began music lessons? I think like 9. Oh, it's not letting me. 9? Oh, Microsoft Edge not responding. Let's wait for this. Let's hope my camera's still recording. Yes, it is. It's got a red light on it, so I can see if it's recording. 9. Continue. For how long have you taken music lessons in total? I'm going to say 2 to 4 years. I was not talented. Why did you start music lessons? I wanted to start music lessons. And then my parents, well, I'm not going to blame it on my parents. Everyone realised I had no talent, and I liked them. I liked them a little. I wasn't like, oh my goodness, I'm amazing. Think about your peers in the first time you did music lessons. How did your musical skills compare to them? They were quite a bit better than me. Have you had any music theory training? A little bit, I think. I'm going to say beginner. I don't think grade 2 flute counts as intermediate. How many days per week? Genuinely like 7, until my family held an intervention and made me stop, because it was so bad. My guitar playing. Yeah, I tried to learn to play the guitar. Yeah, how many years? Less than 1 year. Well, I kind of do it occasionally until everyone starts hating me and makes me stop. I do it like constantly for like a month or so until everyone's like, no, you're not getting any better. And it's like constant and it sounds awful. So can you please stop? Yeah, let's go continue. From between the age of 21 and 30. They ask you how old you are, and I said I was 22. Like, I've only had like 1 year, well, nearly 2 years of being between ages 20. If you were younger than 21, would they still ask you this question? I'm gonna say 0 to 1 hours per week. Oh God. Age of 16 and 20. I would say 0 to 1 hours a week. That is the age range where I started trying to play the guitar, and no one enjoyed it. I don't know, 0 to 1. Again, 0 to 1, 0. I mean, it depends what you consider music, but I'm going to go with 0. Do you think you have perfect pitch? Again, my delusion is showing. No, I probably don't have perfect pitch. I mean, I think the realistic answer would be definitely not, but I'm holding out hope. I probably don't. Please check the areas in which you feel. I feel like this is just a test of my delusional personality. Please check the areas in which you feel you have more talent, ability, or training than the average person. Humor? I don't know. I'm useless. I live entirely off microwave rice packets, but I still think I'm a good cook. This is what visual arts. I can knit. In my mind, that's an immense talent. Music. I have very much confidence. Dance. Okay, no, I'm not any good at dance. I can't even drag that out. Individual sports. I don't think I'm that bad. According to my lovely younger brother, whenever I try and do a sport, it's amazing how someone can have so little control of their own body. Apparently, I look like a toddler that hasn't learned how to control their own limbs yet in all forms of sport. He also said I look like a Victorian automaton, I think, at one point. But I still think I'm good. Which architectural design? Okay, I can't. Entrepreneurial ventures. I think I'm talented in that, but I don't think counterfeiting casino chips, which is my latest business idea. Obviously, I'm not actually going to do it, but I thought has anyone thought of counterfeiting casino chips before as an entrepreneurial venture? No, I'm okay. I don't think that counts as talent. Inventions, again, I think I'm a genius inventor. Probably not. Again, I think I'm a good creative writer as well. The Alteration, that's published on my website. I think I've changed it now, so not all of the apostrophes are question marks. I think that was a genuinely good piece of creative writing, but I think reality would disagree. Scientific inquiry, again, I feel like I'm awesome at that, but I'm probably not. Let's just say humor, because I think other people find me funny. Whether they're laughing with me or at me is up for debate, but we're going to go with that. When you think about a sound, such as a dog barking, someone's voice, or a tune, to what extent can you hear the sound in your mind? I'm going to say 6. I 100% know what stuff sounds like. Again, I might just be delusional. My self-awareness is vestigial at best. It's kind of there, but I'm not really using it for anything. If you think about a scene such as a sunrise or the appearance of a familiar person or place, to what extent can you visualize the scene in your mind? Again, I think I'm pretty good, but it's like a joke that I'm terrible at describing people, and my descriptions are so vague, and so it could literally be anyone. And also sometimes inaccurate. I'll remember their hair being this long and actually it's this long. So I think I can visualize it perfectly, but I'm always wrong. It's I'm gonna say 5. Do you currently have any illnesses, disabilities, or health conditions? Again, I want to be like, no, I'm perfect. Deafness doesn't define me, but I feel like in reality, being autistic and deaf would count as a disability. Deaf, deafness, and autism. But I have a cochlear implant. A cochlear implant. Continue. Some graduate school. Some undergrad. Okay, that's what I mean. No, thank you. Okay. I'm like, I did better than 33% of people, which is like worse than 66% of people. But I don't think that was that bad, not gonna lie. I think I'm doing really well. Again, am I delusional? Quite probably. 25 out of 32 is like way more than half. Yeah. I mean, you can read this. In this game, we tested your pitch perception ability, or the degree to which you are sensitive to very small changes in pitch. The reference tone, which played 3 times on each trial, was always the same pitch. The fourth tone, the target tone, was either higher or lower than the reference tone, which was determined at random on each trial. Some of the target tones were quite a bit higher or lower than the reference tone. Those trials are usually quite easy for listeners to answer correctly. But when the target tones are very close in pitch to the reference tone, it can be very difficult to tell whether the target tone is higher or lower in pitch than the reference tone. Cognitive psychologists use this fact of pitch perception to test whether a listener has congenital amusia or tone deafness. About 4% of the general population tend to perform poorly on a test like this. So fewer than 20 correct responses when listening on headphones. I have more than 20 responses, which means I am not tone deaf. Which could mean they have congenital amusia. This is just a short test, however, so if you didn't perform very well, it might not be because you have congenital amusia. If you're interested in taking a longer, more in-depth test, please visit our friends at the Laboratory for Brain, Music and Sound Research. And if you think you might have congenital amusia, well, the disorder might make it difficult to perform music. It does not make it difficult to enjoy music. I can enjoy music while I'm performing it. It depends whether other people are enjoying it or not. I might be having a great time. So yeah, you can see my graph. Basically, reality says I did worse than 2/3 of people. With my vestigial self-awareness and my like dominant delusionality, I feel like I did amazingly well on this. So let me know what you think. And if you do this test, let me know your score in the comments. I'm not competing. I'm like interested to know. So I got 25 out of 32. What did you get? I hope you enjoyed watching this slightly bizarre video, and thank you for watching. Bye!